So what's the formula, man? Like, how does it work around here, right? So I walk in new business and I'm like, hey, great to see you. I just got a couple quick questions. How do we generate the leads? How do we win the listings? And what do we do to actually sell the stock? Who's who in the zoo? Like, who does what inside of this business? And what do you do here? And I kind of love that idea, because when I come in with that level of questioning, you're like, yeah, that's actually kind of right. Like, a business needs to be a set of formulas, right? So if we went and reviewed every single listing that you won last year, how'd you meet the seller? And how does that relate to what you're currently doing and where you're spending your time, where you're spending your energy, and where you're actually spending your money in terms of the resources? We know that now more than ever before, it's absolutely critical to make sure that you've got a formula for how we got to do it. Now, we know, for example, that there are lots of formulas in life, and we find those formulas in what we got to call the cookbook. I'm not asking you to cook the books, but if you think about what you do when you go to make a pancake, what do? 1 cup of flour, 1 egg, 1 milk. And then literally you mix all of that together and you make it all happen, and then literally you heat up the pan, and then you literally get the soup ladle out and you go and put all that out and you make that happen, and all of a sudden you got pancakes. And you know that if you follow the right process, you always get great pancakes. But what happens if, say for example, you put the egg and the milk inside and you mix all that together and you just put that on the stovetop, and then you put that on the plate, and then you add the flour? What you end up getting is like an omelet covered in flour. And so ultimately you got to put the right things in at exactly the right time to be able to get that result. And a formula-driven business is about getting really clear about what we actually do to really generate the leads, what we actually do inside of the listing presentation to be able to go and win the business, and then what we actually do to go and sell that stock so we can get it sold in 30 days or less. And this is about understanding, we know exactly why we do what we do and why it gets a result. We do video because mobile and social and digital is a really important conversation about getting in front of the right people at the right audience at exactly the right time. We're in a position that we sell vendor paid marketing because we debundled what actually happened between fee and the marketing component. And that actually allowed us to be able to make sure that we could protect fee and at the same time to maintain margin, because we didn't have the cost structure of the marketing and the advertising falling into the fee. Get back to actually really understanding your formula. So nice little thing to do, take a sheet of paper and just say, our formulas for success. This is what we do to actually generate our leads. This is what we do to win our business. And this is what we do to actually sell our properties in 30 days or less. If you have 1, 2, 3 dot points underneath each, it's going to make it so much easier for someone to come and join your business and to actually know how to work the formula so you can get the results time and time again without you having to do every component inside of that business process. When you actually understand what it is that you do, you can amplify it. You got a formula, you can teach it. And if it's teachable, then ultimately it's scalable. And that's how you build an incredible business.